As teenagers during the summer, we have almost no responsibilities. We have all the free time in the world, and we get to decide what to do with it. Whether that's working, training for sports, hanging out with friends, or just flat out wasting time scrolling and being lazy. Summer started just a few weeks ago, and honestly, I already feel like I've wasted a lot of it. I posted my first video on this channel about 3 weeks ago, and my goal was to upload 1 or 2 videos every week. Well, here we are 3 weeks later, and I haven't uploaded anything. Not because I've been busy, not because I haven't had time, I've just been procrastinating, and I know I'm not the only one. We all tell ourselves this summer is going to be different. We're finally going to get in shape, make money, start a YouTube channel, learn a skill, become more disciplined. And then somehow you wake up one day and realize you've spent hours watching everyone else live their lives while you're still doing the exact same things. And honestly, I hate that feeling. Not because I think we should spend every second working, but because time is one thing that you'll never get back. I don't think most people waste their summers because they're lazy. I think it's because nobody is telling us what to do anymore. During the school year, life is structured. You have school, maybe sports practice or work, and homework. Everything is planned. But once summer starts, all that structure disappears. And if you don't decide what you're going to do with your time, your phone will decide for you. And that's exactly what happened to me. Half of my day is productive. I work on my football page, I train for cross country, I lift weights, I hang out with friends a few times every week. From the outside, you'd probably think I'm productive. But what people don't see are those blocks of wasted time in between, and honestly, that's what bothers me the most. Because for me, the physical side is easy. Running isn't hard, working out isn't hard, eating good isn't hard. The hard part for me is mental. The hard part is sitting down and starting, because scrolling always starts the exact same way. You tell yourself you're just going to watch one video, then somehow 30 minutes disappear. Sometimes it's even an hour. And when you're done, you don't even feel rested. You just feel terrible, and that's the worst part. Because mindless scrolling doesn't feel rewarding afterwards. You don't feel refreshed, you just feel guilty. And I think that's because scrolling isn't really rest, it's just a distraction. If I spend a few hours editing videos, training, or getting things done, then I don't feel guilty sitting down at night and watching YouTube or hanging out with friends, because I earned that rest. But wasting time and resting are two completely different things, and I want to get rid of that wasted time so that when I actually relax, I can enjoy it. And I think social media is one of the biggest reasons this happens. I make money because of social media, and I'm grateful for it. But I also know how dangerous it can be, because your brain gets used to constant entertainment. You first see a funny video, then a sports clip, a motivational quote, random world news, a meme, and after a while, normal life starts feeling boring. Editing videos feels boring, reading feels boring, going for a walk feels boring. Even hanging out with people can feel boring compared to unlimited entertainment. And the scary thing is, you don't even realize it's happening. A couple weeks ago, I went to a week-long government/leadership camp with a few hundred of other kids my age from all over my state. And honestly, it was one of the best experiences I've had this summer. Not because I was able to work, I actually couldn't, but because I was forced to live in the real world. I met people from all over my area, had conversations, made connections, and spent an entire week focused on people instead of my phone. In fact, my screen time was the lowest it's been in the past year. And looking back, I felt better mentally than I had in a long time. It reminded me that life isn't supposed to be watched, it's supposed to be experienced. And honestly, I wish I could bring that same mindset back home. Because when you're constantly around people, you're present. But when you're alone at home, it's so easy to fall back into old habits. Something I've realized recently is that work always sounds harder before you start. Making a video sounds hard, running sounds hard, going to the gym sounds hard. But once I actually begin, something weird happens. After 10 minutes, the ideas start flowing. I get momentum, and then I actually want to keep working. Maybe I edit a video, then I go run, then I lift, then I answer messages. And before I know it, I've had a really productive day, and I feel great. It's almost backwards. Work feels hard at first, but good afterward. Scrolling feels good at first, but terrible afterward. And I think that's something I need to remind myself of more often. Because starting is always the hardest part, but once you start, everything gets easier. Something else I'm trying to improve is learning to just sit with my thoughts, not pulling out my phone every time I go to the bathroom, not scrolling while waiting, not needing constant stimulation every second of the day. Because honestly, some of my best ideas happen when I'm bored, going on walks, driving somewhere, sitting outside, laying in bed thinking. We've become so used to escaping boredom that we've forgotten how to just exist. But boredom isn't the enemy. Sometimes boredom is where creativity starts. So I'm making this video as much for myself as I am for anyone watching, because I don't want to wake up in September feeling like I wasted another summer. I want to know I actually lived, not perfectly, not by becoming some productivity robot, but intentionally. I'm committing to uploading at least one video every week on this channel. I'm going to continue posting every day on my football page. I'm going to keep training for cross country and lifting weights. I'm going to spend time with friends and go outside. And most importantly, spend less time mindlessly scrolling. Not because I have to, but because I know life feels better when I do. I don't think the goal of summer is to grind 12 hours a day. And I don't think the goal is to waste time 3 months scrolling either. I think it's balance. Work hard, then enjoy your rest. Spend time with people, take risks, make memories, and become someone you're proud of by the time school starts again. Because one day we'll all look back on these summers, and I don't think anybody is going to remember the TikToks they watched. But you'll remember the people you met, the goals you chased, the random adventures, and the moment where you were actually present. So if you're like me and you've already wasted part of your summer, don't beat yourself up. Summer isn't over and there's still plenty of time. So let's stop being spectators and actually go live it.